गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are looking at how the one alone is everything. There is nothing else other than that one. And last week we saw a few examples. Today again we see a few examples, and the example was that of jaggery, that in spite of the manyness, that the jaggery is pervading all the pieces of the jaggery. Similarly, the truth, the pure consciousness, in spite of the manyness, is that one which is independent and is perceived to be pervading everything. That when you see the different pieces of jaggery, it does not mean that there are many jaggeries. It is still the same jaggery. Just because we see the manyness of the world, it is not many aspects of the world. We may give them different names, but it is the same one appearing as the many, in and through the many, as the many. Then the point that is being made here yesterday in the last class was, even though the Paramatma pervades the entire, that means the entire multiplicity is pervaded by the Paramatma. How? Just as water pervades the entire totality called the various oceans and the individualities called the waves. The water pervades everything. But in water there is no duality. In water means what? From the water's point of view, there is no manyness of the oceans and no manyness of the waves. Exactly the same way, even though the Paramatma pervades the multiplicity of the world, the manyness of the world, but that Paramatma has never become dual or many. It has not. Then what do you talk about that one Paramatma becoming Shiva Shakti, or one Paramatma becoming Ishwar and Prakriti, Ishwar and Maya, etc., etc., and then that Maya going into Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, etc., and the manyness starts appearing? It's all a story to explain what you are experiencing around you. It's all a story so that, see, why do we tell stories to the children? To put them to sleep. Or why do we tell the stories to children? To give them some message through that story. So what is the message? So one is, we are putting our mind to sleep. We are so addicted to this multitude of the world that we are choosing to think in such a manner that the number of thought eruptions in our mind become less. And second, to send a message. So what is the purpose of our thinking? What is the purpose of our indulging in this text? Or what is the purpose of interacting with the world, with the people, with anything that is coming by your way? Is it to affirm that the world is, or is it to develop a vision that that one alone is appearing, expressing, pervading everything, and that one is also pervading this body, and that one, I am, is our attention coming to this. This is the purpose of studying so many different texts, to develop this new vision. Nobody is going to teach, develop it for you. We can only teach you that change of vision through understanding, through bhav, through purification. You have to bring it about. You have to accept. See? So from water's point of view, there is, even though it is supporting, it is pervading, it is permeating all the oceans and waves, but from water's point of view, there are no oceans and no waves. What would it be? What would be that position that the self is pervading everything in this creation, from when looked at it from the mind, but when you look at it from the self point of view, it alone is. It alone is. In this manner, of thinking, we must develop our vision. Yesterday, some thought came while telling Adhyatma Ramayana, and that is, when we become, there the topic was of Vidya and Agyana. Vidya and Avidya. Yes, Vidya and Avidya. So what is Avidya? When your mind is searching for conclusion, when your mind is searching for acceptance through the other. What is other? It can be relationship. It can be God is okay. But even that also can be included in that. But your definition of God should be correct. Through your children, through your body, you want to be complete. Through your emotions, through your memories, you want to complete yourself. You don't want to be alone. This is avidya. Everything that takes you away from your essential nature, your divine nature, is avidya. And what is vidya? Vidya is all thoughts, experiences, contact, etc. that take you, remind you of the self that you are. Now that is the practice that you have to do in life. What's so difficult? But the problem is we don't even accept this statement, what was just said. Acha, avidya is that which takes me away from myself. TK, But that is how I am. I will live my truth. This is not living your truth. You're focusing on your special characteristics, your own uniqueness. I will find my own truth. I will discover my own truth. People say that. If you want to discover your own truth, again you still have to come to that one. You have to get focused on something. And yesterday we also said, when we follow the path of Vidya, when we are with every interaction, we are bringing our attention to the self, to the divinity. As we become focused on it, as we become single pointed on it, as we concentrate on it, as our mind stops getting distracted by other things and is only thinking, mind is seeing you, but the attention is on the consciousness. The mind is feeling the breeze of the fan, but your attention is on the consciousness. The mind is listening through the ears, but your attention is on the consciousness. When the rule is, whenever our mind becomes focused, whenever our mind becomes single pointed, automatically new possibilities start opening up. And those new possibilities are what sadhana we need to do, what practices we need to initiate, and we start getting glimpses of how the one is pervading all that there is. You try without purification, very difficult to gel. You purify your mind, make your mind single pointed, very quickly it happens. And in this way, the seeker must continue in this regards. So take these examples. Again, we have taken a few of them, the jaggery, the water, and example is on one side. What that example is indicating, that you are like that you are that, there our attention be. So sit quietly, take any of the examples, apply it on yourself, and don't come to a conclusion. Self is not a conclusion of the intellect. It's not a concept of the intellect. Self is that which is even pervading the intellect, meaning pervading the I. So it's beyond the I thought. But yes, from many thoughts, we can come to the I thought and dive back or be absorbed into the source of the I thought. That is the real me. That is the true me.